Here's why. That ye also may have fellowship with us. Truly our fellowship's with the Father and with His Son, Jesus Christ. Know this about the nature of the fellowship of God. The fellowship that comes from God, that is a product of our genuine relationship, is not relegated to God alone. I could safely say this: God intends for and wants us as His children to live in community with other believers of like faith. The reason that's important is because if you look up the word fellowship in the dictionary or the way it was translated to us, it means this. It means, first of all, partnership, and then it means participation. Which means when I get saved, I am now partners with whoever I'm in fellowship with, and that should lead to my participation. Let me give it to you on both levels. I got saved, and so now I'm in partnership with the Father. I'm His Son. He's my Father. I should participate with Him as He now takes His Word and exposes to me what He wants my life to look like, how He wants me to live, what He expects of me, all the blessings that are coming my way. I participate. It's called sanctification in our lives. It's called living or wanting to live by the will of God. Then I get into the church, which is the second level of my fellowship. And you know what we do? We come together for a common cause. Not a cause of a manifesto that we write up, but our cause is based in what we find out about our God in this book. And so you take a group of people. It doesn't matter if it's 20, 40, 100, or thousands. And you can get them all on the same page if they have fellowship with God. Now, in this building right now, if there's, I don't know how many people's here, 100 people maybe, there's 100 different opinions. There's 100 different ways of thinking. Right? There may be 200 different opinions. I'll probably shut that one low. Because everybody's usually got a couple, right? But here's how church works. We have a head and authority. I'm not it. You're not it. He's it. And as I fellowship this way and learn about Him, I discover others who have been fellowshipping with Him and say, I learned the same thing. And then we can communally get along in this thing called church. It ain't got to be a bunch of fussing and fighting. It ain't got to be a bunch of splits and splinters. We can actually get together, love each other, recognize our mission, which is what? To get the gospel to the entire world, and then work together for all of our life to see that accomplished. Beautiful, isn't it? Now, can I tell you why the South has really been in a mess for now decades in church life? Not enough people fellowshipping with Him, and too many people leaning on their own understanding. That's why in the South we have churches every 260 feet. Communities don't need churches every 260 feet. Right? We need a couple of churches that will service the amount of people we have so we can reach them all. But what we have got has become a mockery. And more than anything, by the time we're done preaching through 1 John, you'll see it is a testimony of how little the church has fellowshiped with God over the years. So if we have partnership with each other, listen, here's what this exposes. Listen to me closely. I'm trying to help you so you can help other people, okay? This exposes a major problem in people that profess to be saved, but have little to no desire for other Christians. In some cases, they even have disdain for other Christians. I want you to see from what John's teaching here in the first epistle that he wrote that is unnatural. It's completely unnatural. There's nothing at all biblical about that. When you get saved, listen, nobody should have to beg you to come to church. If what happened inside of you is legitimate, and I'll show you some ways in a minute that you can mess up your fellowship with the Lord, but you should want to. Now, I'm just going to be honest with you. And again, I'm not the litmus test. This is the litmus test right here. But I never wanted to go to church until September the 6th, 1998, about 12:05. I didn't want to go. I'll just be honest with you. I grew up in church all my life. Parents took me to church. I'm so thankful they did. The seed of the gospel was planted in my heart. It was watered and eventually brought up salvation because why? They made me go to church when I was a kid. I was one of them drug kids. I'm so thankful that I was drugged to church every week. I really am. But still, man, as a teenager, false profession at 16, I did not want to go, did not want to go, did not want to go. I just went because sometimes I was tricked into going at the end before I got saved because my wife, her family made her go every week. And they said, if you're going to see her on Sunday, this is how you see her. And I'm like, well, I'd do that. I walked through hot coals for that one. And so I went every Sunday. It was pretty cool. It worked out. I ended up getting saved there because of that probably. But Brother Will, just wasn't for me, man. I mean, there was nothing there that appealed to me. I can't tell you the untold hundreds of services I sat through, didn't hear nothing, didn't get nothing. They didn't sing my music. I thought they were weird. They just weren't my crowd. They were nice people, nice, but this was not they weren't my people. And then I got saved. And here's the strange thing. I got saved, and all of a sudden, I mean, just like that. It just, because that's how it happened. The wind blows where it listens. You know not where it comes from. So as everyone is born of the Spirit, right? Just, boom. And all that changed. By the time I got saved, I was living on my own. Had an apartment, living on my own, got saved. And so I didn't have to go to church. Nobody lived with me. Michael, you live under this roof, you got to go to church. Nobody lived there. I wanted to. You know what I mean? I just wanted to. I was still selling cars when I got saved. God loves people, man. God loves sinners, okay? And Brother Hiller is probably going to listen to this later. He'll get a good kick out of that. And But my day off was Tuesday. I didn't get off on Wednesday till 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I went in and said, hey, listen, I said I ain't changed my day off. I want to get off on Wednesdays. Why? Because I got church down there on Wednesday. I'm going to go to church. I'm going to go to church. I never felt like it in my life. It's just crazy. I never had. But I got saved. Really cool. Really cool. Again, I mean, I'm not the litmus test, and everybody don't have the same experience. But you know what John is saying? What we've seen, heard, touched, and handled whenever it became personal. Here's what it created in us, a desire to fellowship with the one. And not just with him, but also with his people.